thinking twice. I don't know what's really happening to Timo Werner. Last time out, he got a goal. I thought that will also spoil his confidence. But that kind of ball yesterday, knowing full well that Thibaut Courtois is going to stretch out his legs, you don't need to think about it. That ball is a simple touch, and it will go into the roof of the net, not just on the ground. So sometimes it all depends on who is with the ball, knows what to do with it, and it's your first decision. You know what comes to your mind at first. Sometimes that's where you go with. But if it were to be someone like Cristiano Ronaldo yesterday, or Messi, or even other strikers, but all you need to just do just touch that ball and to just, because the goalkeeper has no answer to it, but the ball went through the ground, and the goalkeeper with his outstretched legs, denied that. And not just that alone, he missed about 2 or 3 glaring chances, of which I don't know what and how he's going to do. We are going about it. He is a striker, and a fantastic striker at that. But missing those kind of chances would just mean that maybe you have it is only his work rate and also some assists.
Everybody talk about his work rate, how he uses his pace to get behind the defenders and everything, but he himself admitted that, look, this wasn't why I was bought. I was bought to score goals, and he wants to be scoring goals. His manager, Thomas Tuchel, said he hopes that he's maybe a little bit annoyed with himself that he didn't score at least one chance. But again, I thought that was a clear-cut chance. And look, we've seen players miss that. But the problem with Timo Werner is that we've seen him miss even better chances than the one he had yesterday. Yesterday, you could still argue that, well, he tried to score. It was the goalkeeper that made the save. But we've seen him miss chances that are worse than that. And again, something else. Well, I don't know if every time they give him a well-measured, well-weighted pass, he's going to score, because we've seen it several times and he has failed to score. From the stats that we have, he's been involved in 29. He has had 29 big chances this season and has missed 21 of them. Yeah, he has missed 29 of them.
That's poor.
He's only scored 8 big chances, but I think he's got 10 goals overall with 2 penalties. So we've even seen him miss a penalty. So it's just not quite happening for him. But his other performances, his pace, the way he runs, he's giving assists. That seems to be why he keeps making the team. But there are other strikers in the team. There is Tammy Abraham. There is Olivier Giroud, and people are wondering, why are these guys not being used ahead of Timo Werner? But maybe the reason why many people are talking about that miss yesterday is that we've seen him miss more chances. It's not that chance, anybody can miss it. But the problem is, because Timo Werner has not been scoring regularly, because almost every match there is a big chance and he misses them. Maybe that's why.
The manager keeps playing him, although he's his compatriot, and they just want to help.
He's not playing him because it's his compatriot.
No, not that. But sometimes you have to help your striker, even if he comes from the same place, as you or not. But you just have to help him. But then I think, if it were to be some managers, I think that gap.
He has dropped him for a couple of matches. It's not like he's been playing him no matter how badly he plays. No, he has actually dropped Timo Werner. And at one point, people were also complaining that, look, this false 19 will not work every time. So even if you have a striker, just play the striker, even if he's missing goals. So long as the person is a natural striker, it will come good eventually. So it's not like Thomas Tuchel has always played him no matter what, but the problem is he's missing chances. But
it's getting too much.
You've got to. There's something else that we've also got to look at. N'Golo Kante was voted man of the match. Fantastic. I mean, the way he bossed that midfield yesterday was awesome. But there was something that I thought was lacking in N'Golo Kante's play. That is when to release the ball. I don't think he has that. There were. I've seen a couple of chances that maybe Chelsea could have gone on to score. There was one in their last game in the Premier League that he ought to have released earlier to the Moroccan Hakim Ziyech. He did not. And yesterday, on about 2 or 3 occasions, he had chances to release the ball earlier to Timo Werner, but eventually the pass that he gave wasn't what the striker could really do anything with. At one point, he even got frustrated and did not chase the ball. So maybe if N'Golo Kante can learn how to release the ball when he's supposed to, perhaps he will even help a striker like Timo Werner to score more goals. But the reply from Real Madrid after Christian Pulisic was very calm. Antonio Rudiger with that through pass which beat the high line that Real Madrid had, and Thomas Tuchel calm under pressure, took out Thibaut Courtois and then slammed the ball into the net. It came off Rafael Varane. But the equalizer,
Karim Benzema
was perhaps in that first half the only Real Madrid player that you could look at and say, yeah, this guy is really at the top of his game. And then when he got that chance, it was amazing. Chelsea are usually very good in defending set pieces, but yesterday they didn't in that goal that Real Madrid scored, because Real Madrid won 3 headers in the 18-yard box before without a Chelsea player touching the ball, and even Karim Benzema headed the ball before striking that half volley.
Well, I think Real Madrid, the way they reacted, I think that was positive, because they knew if they had not scored, they've not gotten a goal yesterday, it could have been very difficult for them to get 2 at Stamford. All they need to do right now is to get a goal, maybe take the match to extra time, or if they're able to score 2, then that could just take them through. But depending on
a goalless draw will see them through.
A goalless draw,
will see Chelsea through.
Yeah, I'm talking about Madrid. Yeah, for what they did yesterday, if they had not scored that goal yesterday, it could have been a difficult one. So for now, they were looking forward to also doing the same thing at Stamford Bridge. I think that was a brilliant goal, honestly. We've seen acrobatics, but the way that goal came yesterday, for him to have been able to knock that ball a bit, before whipping that ball, I think it was great. There was nothing absolutely Edward Mendy would have done about it, but all the same, Chelsea could have won that game 3-1 yesterday convincingly if the chances they created. They dominated, they played better than Real, but the finishing, the end product was poor. So they have to look at it and ensure that they put things right in the Bridgestone leg.
Eden Hazard played in that game. He came on, and we didn't really quite see him, but there were a few touches that he made that you thought, okay, this is Eden Hazard, and maybe he will get more time when they play in the return leg. We saw the biggest fan of Real Madrid yesterday, their biggest cheerleader was Sergio Ramos. He was there and screaming and directing us everything. We don't know whether he will play in the return leg, but we know he's back, he's fit, so we'll see what happens. But he's been out for a while, so we're going to see what happens. But for Real Madrid, you can never write them out. This guy is not well.
Varane had the chance yesterday, although that was deflected, but it would have been a goal. But all the same, I think
that header,
yeah.
I doubt if that would have been a goal.
No, it deflected off a Chelsea defender.
Yeah, but I think it was even going wide before it took that deflection. Anyway, we'll see what happens in that return leg. Chelsea, if they are able to prevent Real Madrid from scoring, then they will be qualifying for the final. But we know how difficult it is to stop Real Madrid from scoring a goal. It doesn't matter where you are playing. So the game finally poised. We'll see what happens in that return leg. It's football, so anything can happen. Let's go on this break. We'll be right back.
Oh yes, Nasco quality cornflakes are so full of nourishing goodness because they are whole-flaked cornflakes. Whole-flaked cornflakes are made by a natural flaking process that retains all the natural goodness of the whole corn for whole nutrition, whole taste, and whole crunchiness for the whole family. So next time you're eating cornflakes, make sure it's whole-flaked Nasco cornflakes. Nasco cornflakes, nourishing goodness anytime.
At Split Seconds, there is a lot happening around us, but we can't be everywhere all the time. We've got work, families, and chores to cater to, and most importantly, time to rest. And that's why having a reliable partner like KUFM News is important. Sleeping? We don't. We work round the clock, bringing you stories as they break from Nigeria and across the world. We would stop at nothing to keep you informed, because KUFM News is all about you and stories that affect you. Politics, business, human interests, sports, entertainment, just name it. We've got you covered. KUFM News. Timely, precise, spot on.
All right, welcome back. to Sports Fiesta. It's live on 90.7 KFM. Benin City with me, Sally Ibrahim, the Sports Abracadabra, and Agusa Agbekan, the Sports Maestro. Okay, let's talk about the second semi-final now. It's going to be tonight, and it will be between Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester City. City, they just won the League Cup for the fourth consecutive time, and they are in a very good mood. They are still on course for winning 3 titles. So we'll see what happens in this encounter. So Paris Saint-Germain versus Manchester City.
A big match. It could be a final because of the two caliber players on both sides and the managers. Though one could say Pep Guardiola has done better than Mauricio Pochettino. But according to Pochettino, he said this is not a matter of a battle between himself and Pep Guardiola. And right now, I'm happy that he has been able to win a trophy. Though he won that with Paris Saint-Germain, the club he played for, while he was playing football then. But tonight is going to be a big one. Honestly, Neymar and Mbappe combination, as well as that of Morikadi, could inspire Paris Saint-Germain to beat Manchester City. But on the other hand, look at City, passing the following of winning the Carabao Cup, and also the way they qualified to the semi-finals, beating Borussia Dortmund home and away. That tells you how good they are, and this is the best opportunity for Pep Guardiola to show the kind of stuff that he has got, and to prove to the owners that yes, he has got what it takes to win the Champions League. It's going to be a tough battle tonight, but tonight's results could decide where the pendulum could swing in the second leg. But all the same, let's expect what we saw yesterday. Maybe more goals than what we saw yesterday, but I see both sides scoring. But the amount of goals I cannot predict. But it's going to be a really tight one. A fantastic match we are going to see.
Yeah, two sides that really know how to score. But we know one side has got the manager that has won the Champions League twice, but he only won it when he had Lionel Messi, Xavi, and Iniesta. So we'll wait to see what happens. I think it was Omar Katuba who asked Pep Guardiola that question. I really, honestly, maybe he should not have said that, but he told him that in Nigeria people respect him and love him, and Guardiola was like, oh, thank you. I don't know that I'm that popular in Nigeria. And then he told him, look, there is this argument that you've never won the Champions League when you didn't have Lionel Messi, when you were not at Barcelona. So will that make you not a great coach and all of that? Guardiola, being a good sport, laughed and said, well, they are right. Have I actually won it without Messi, Pep, Xavi and Iniesta? No, people who say that have not won it without it.
Yeah, right.
But I think it's just been sarcastic when he said that. But it's not just Nigerians that are saying it. I've heard foreign pundits also say the same thing, that he has never won the Champions League.
That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to prove that yes, apart from Barca, I can also win Champions League elsewhere. Though he couldn't do that at Bayern, but
and he had a great squad at Bayern Munich. Yeah. And another manager came and won it with basically the same set of players, although some improvement in that squad. So we'll see what happens if he will be able to. He himself has admitted that he will feel incomplete if he doesn't win the Champions League at Manchester City. So we'll see what happens next in this situation. But today they will be playing first leg against Paris Saint-Germain away from home. Okay, from the UEFA Champions League now, let's come home. And tonight, this is what we hope to hear at the Enyimba International Stadium, where they will be playing. That's Enyimba International Stadium in Aba, where the People's Elephant will be playing against Orlando Pirates. This is Enyimba Football Club of Aba. We have come from God's own state. We have promised not to fail our fans. Governors, he is stand behind us. Shall give us victory again today. National anthem, and they will be in action tonight at 10 p.m. against Orlando Pirates. It is in Group A of the CAF Confederation Cup. Enyimba versus Orlando Pirates, and then Etienne Setif of Algeria taking on Al Ahly Benghazi of Libya. As it stands, Orlando Pirates are top of the group. They've got 9 points. So all they have to do to qualify for the quarterfinals is to prevent Enyimba from winning. If they get a draw, they will be on 10 points, and so they will qualify. Al Ahly playing against Etienne, so Al Ahly will see a draw might even be enough for Al Ahly. Yeah, a draw will be enough because they are on 7 points. So if they get a draw, they go to 8 points. Yes, and no, hold on. A draw may not be enough. A draw may not be enough because if they get a draw, they go to 8 points. You have Orlando Pirates on 9 points, and then Enyimba on 6 points. Say Enyimba wins, Enyimba goes to 9 points. So it would mean that both Enyimba and Orlando Pirates will qualify. Okay, so it's not going to, a draw may not be enough for Al Ahly. It could be enough, but it may not be enough. But they will need Al Ahly, they will need Orlando Pirates to get something against Enyimba. If Orlando Pirates gets a draw or they beat Enyimba, then if they beat Enyimba, Al Ahly qualifies without. It doesn't matter what.
That's if Orlando Pirates.
If Orlando Pirates win, then they will qualify themselves and Al Ahly Benghazi. Okay, but it will depend on what happens, because if Etienne Setif beats Al Ahly, Etienne will go to 8 points, so they will qualify ahead of Al Ahly in the event of an Orlando Pirates win. So it's all to play for in Group A. But Enyimba, they know that they've got their destiny in their own hands. All they have to do is to win. Once they beat Orlando Pirates, they
even
will
if
qualify.
It's just 1-0,
1-0 would give them 9 points.
Yeah,
so
that will take them through.
They will qualify.
Their backs are against the wall, honestly, and like I said a few days ago, they've not done very well away from home, honestly, and that's not the way to go if you want to be a club to be reckoned with. If you want to be a competing club, you don't just rely on your home matches, and when you travel away, you come back and you just, prosecute the games as if nothing is at stake. Come on, I think this is the time for Enyimba to show that, yes, the time they won it back-to-back, though that was different players and different management, but this time around, we can still do that, and that's the way to go. Try to emulate what the guys did, the previous years that made Enyimba to be on the world map. But all the same, Fatayo has not really done well anyway. But I hope that this win or bust game will be in his favor, and I hope he'll be able to bring out what it takes to get that win and qualify for the knockout stage.
What was the result between Orlando Pirates and Enyimba?
Between them, away from home?
Yeah.
I think they won that game away from home 1-0.
Who won?
Orlando Pirates.
Orlando Pirates won at home against Enyimba?
Yeah, in South Africa.
If they did, then it will be difficult for Enyimba to. Enyimba may not qualify even with a win. It will depend on what Al Ahly. Because Enyimba right now, their goal difference is -3. They've got 6 points. So if they win, let's say 1-0, they go to -2 on 9 points. Orlando Pirates are on goal difference +4. So if they lose, let's say 1-0, they go to +3. Their goal difference will still be better than that of Enyimba. So I'm trying to look at the head-to-head between them. So if Al Ahly, for instance, they win their game 1-0, they go to 10 points. So it will mean that they are qualifying ahead of both Enyimba and Orlando Pirates. So it will now depend on the margin with which Enyimba wins. Or we look at what happens in that match between Orlando Pirates and Enyimba. Because if it is 1-0, then a 1-0 win for Enyimba will mean, okay, they have equaled that head-to-head, and then we'll see what happens next. So it's a bit complicated in that Group A. Then we go to Group B. JS Kabylie, they will be playing against Napsa Stars, while RSB Bakare will be taking on Cotton Sport. So the way it is, JS Kabylie, top of the group, 9 points. Second, Cotton Sport, 9 points. In fact, both of them have qualified for the quarterfinals. RSB Bakane on 5 points, nothing doing here. They can only get to 8 points maximum, and NAFSA Stars, the maximum they can get to is 7 points. So JS Kabylie and Cotton Sport have qualified from Group B. In Group C, we'll have CS Sfaxien taking on Diaraf, while Etoile du Sahel will play against Salitas. Right now, Diaraf are top. They've got 10 points from their 5 matches, followed by CS Sfaxien on 9 points. So both of them have qualified, because Etoile du Sahel are on 5 points. So maximum they can get is 8 points, and then Salitas are on 3 points. The best they can get is 6 points. In Group D, we've got Pyramids FC. They will be playing against Namungo, while Raja Casablanca will take on Nkana FC. Raja are top. They are already through 15 points. They have been perfect. 15 points from their 5 games, followed by Pyramids. Pyramids are on 9 points from their 5 games. Then Nkana FC, Nkana on 6 points and goal difference -3, while Namungo is on no points. So I believe that Raja Casablanca and Pyramids have already qualified from this group. So see what happens when these two sides go to battle. All these sides in the last round of the group games go into battle.
Yeah, nice one. I hope star player of the moment, talking about Anayo Wala, who had the opportunity of donning the Nigerian jersey, will be able to do very well when he leads his side, to at the pitch. The match between Enyimba and Orlando away from home ended 2-1 in favor of the South Africans, not 1-0. It was 2-1. Enyimba scored away from home.
So a 1-0 win for Enyimba.
Yeah, could be okay for them. But if they're able to win, 2 or 3-0 convincingly, that
a 1-0 win will not be enough now. Okay, 1-0 win will be enough because of the away goals rule. So I think head-to-head, Enyimba will be ahead. So a 1-0 win will be enough for Enyimba.
So they just have to get that, and that has to be done in the first half, because if they wait till the second half to get that, it might put more pressure on them. But if they're able to get that done in the first half and get to have more and just make it comfortable, then get the defense line solid throughout the 90 minutes, I think that would be just it. It's achievable. I think the fact that they are playing at home and they've approved the Abatanshi Stadium, that will just be an added advantage. So let's see how it goes. We hope tomorrow we play the Unsogbo team for Enyimba and all Nigerians for qualifying for the knockout stages.
All right, so that is the situation. Enyimba playing later tonight. Wish them the best of luck. I hope they get to win this encounter and then advance in the CAF Confederation Cup. As we have said, look, these guys should even be playing in the CAF Champions League, but since they are in the Confederation Cup, they should be winning it. Okay, so that is the situation. All right, let's look at grassroots football now and see what is going on in the Lion Izo Open tournament that is taking place right here in Edo State. We had some games yesterday. Some of the matches played, we had that Dynamite FC, they lost 2-0 to K-Ben FC, and then Rockers FC, they beat Future Stars 4-1. And we had that the goalkeeper Godfrey scored the first goal in this encounter. Then for the matches that we have today, BJ Foundation will be taking on Royal FC, and Ogbomo FC will play against Crown FC. Okay, these names you hear, they are not the ones in the National League. It's just the name. Okay, so we've got some teams that have qualified for the quarterfinals already. Gobadia FC, the top Group A with 9 points, followed by Ines Stars on 6 points. So Gobadia FC and Ines Stars have qualified for the quarterfinals from Group A. Global FC and Lion FC are there, but Global FC got 3 points. They are bottom. They are second bottom, while the bottom side is Lion FC. Okay. In Group B, first qualifiers for the quarterfinals, Raiders FC, while Yakspor FC have also qualified, both of them on 5 points. Then for Group C, this is not concluded yet. They've played just 2 games. We've got Rockers FC and K-Ben FC. They are top right now, 4 points each. Then Future Stars are on 3 points, and Dynamite FC are bottom. Please, it's not Dynamite Force. Maybe they are feeder team or something, but not the one that plays in the Nigerian National League. Then in Group D, we've got BJ Foundation. They are top here after 2 matches. They are on 6 points. They're followed by Royal FC on 3 points, and then Crown FC on 2 points, and bottom of the group, Obomo FC on no points. Okay, so that is the situation that we have in this competition. We hear that the quarterfinals are going to start tomorrow. Okay, that is grassroots football taking place right here. Okay, so we hear that the teams that will be going to the Euro 2020, they will be allowed to select a 26 player squad instead of the usual 23 at this summer's European Championship. The change has been implemented to lessen the load on players after a club session compressed because of the coronavirus pandemic. It will also help managers to adapt if outbreaks occur during the tournament. We heard that the decision was taken by UEFA's National Teams Committee on Monday, and it will be subject to ratification, but is not expected to meet any opposition. UEFA's Executive Committee, they will be responsible for the ratifying the decision later this week. A rule allowing each team to make up to 5 substitutes per game has already been confirmed, just the way we have it in the UEFA Champions League, but the English Premier League have refused to allow that. So we understand that the tournament, which has been scheduled to take place last summer, begins on the 11th of June, and the deadline in submitting squad is June 1.
A nice one to allow additional 3 players to join the squad. That will also reduce the workload and all that. I think it helps, and also the players that are made to join them right now. It's another opportunity for you to get international call-up. I think that's really rather a national call-up. Rather, I think that's really massive one for you. So these players could also go on to do great stuff and use the opportunity, getting new contracts and all that. So for me, I think this is something really good. Yeah, sometimes when you try to revamp or rather add some certain things to already arrange a league, I think sometimes it helps. But when it's something that someone can also criticize, though constructively, though, I think you also do that. But this time, I think I commend them for adding more players. At least it would reduce the workload. Even the extra substitute stuff issue that they brought last time, I think it was also good for you to have extra substitutes. So sometimes things like this could go on to just reduce the workload. Though some are still quarreling, or still complaining rather, that the Champions League format, that they've got to play so much matches, that they should consider the players. But all the same, let's see how this will pan out. But I think it's a welcome development.
All right, let's quickly look at the gossip section of the papers and see what is going on. We heard that Liverpool, they still plan to sign RB Leipzig 21-year-old French defender Ibrahima Konate for 40 million this summer, despite posting a pre-tax loss of 46 million pounds. Brazilian international Neymar, who's 26, he says talks are taking place with Paris Saint-Germain about extending his contract beyond June 2022, and everything is nearly sorted. Leicester City manager Brendan Rodgers is not interested in becoming the next Tottenham Hotspur manager. Barcelona are keen on signing Juventus and Netherlands centre-back Matthijs de Ligt, who's 21. Then the German Football Association is to begin talks with outgoing Bayern Munich head coach Hansi Flick over replacing Joachim Löw as the national team manager. Former Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger has suggested he is prepared to join a potential takeover, a potential Arsenal takeover bid alongside Spotify chief Daniel Ek and 3 of his former Gunners players. So it'll be interesting to see if they can actually own this club. Arsene Wenger, of course, you can't question his love for Arsenal. England midfielder Jesse Lingard, who's 28, he will push to leave Manchester United this summer when his loan at West Ham United ends. He's finding a new lease of life at West Ham and doesn't want to go back. Inter Milan have joined the race for Manchester City striker Sergio Kun Aguero, who's 32. The Argentina international will leave City in the summer when his contract expires. Then Lille and Canada striker Jonathan David, who's 21, is on the radar of Manchester United and Arsenal. Leeds United have held talks over the signing of Rubin Kazan and Georgia winger Civichak Varestelia, who's 20 years old. Then Tottenham Hotspur are monitoring Celtic's 22-year-old Ivorian midfielder Ismaila Soro. So these are some of the stories that are making the rounds. And we hear that Barcelona's former vice president Jordi Mestre, he says Argentina forward Lionel Messi will continue at the Spanish club. So they are pretty confident that Messi will not be going anywhere. I have also asked, where does he want to go? Come on. I think he should just stay at Barcelona. Okay, from football now, we go to other sports. And we hear that Floyd Mayweather Jr., he will be coming out of retirement to fight again. But this time it's going to be an exhibition fight, and it will be against Logan Paul, who's a YouTube star. Mayweather himself has revealed that the fight is scheduled to take place on the 6th of June at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. So it will be interesting to see. And we hear that tickets are already going on. Mayweather is a 5-weight world champion, and he has an impressive, in fact, the most impressive record in boxing history. 50 fights, no losses, 50 wins. Yeah. Really amazing.
Yeah, really amazing. And I think that will also give him that added advantage going into this fight. Although it's whether exhibition or no exhibition, this time around, I find it difficult to see someone that would come around and beat Floyd Mayweather, because the way he defends, the way he attacks, the way he takes you around, and at the end of the day he emerges champion and all that. I think that has really helped him. Undefeated, facing a YouTuber. This is an exhibition though, but I think he will still get to win this match, honestly, because for Mayweather, whether exhibition or not, he likes to win, and he's a professional who knows how to win fights and all that. So even last time out, he also gave a happy hand. He decided to give a happy hand to Anthony Joshua ahead of his fight against Tyson Fury, and I hope he does that, because everyone wants to see Joshua in the decision. So this is so much that you expect him to win, but all the same, let's see.
It's an exhibition, guys, so it will not be going into his record. If he wins, this is not going to be 51 wins for him. Okay, and if he loses, it's not going to be one loss for him. He took on Japanese kickboxer and mixed martial artist Tenshin Nasukawa in an exhibition match in December 2018, and he knocked him out in the first round. So the same thing is going to happen again. He will be taking on what's his name now?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. His younger brother Jake Paul, also a YouTuber, and he has won 3 times from 3 fights. The latest was when he knocked out Ben Askren, and Ben Askren, you know, is used to be a UFC fighter. Okay, so Logan Paul has only won 1 fight in his career. He had a split decision. Sorry, he has only fought once, and he had a split decision loss to fellow YouTuber KSI in November 2019. All right, so we'll see what he will be able to do against Floyd Mayweather Jr. In fact, when his brother won the exhibition bout, he tagged Mayweather on the video and saying, "See what my younger brother has done. You know, I am coming for you. I want to fight you."
He would just be happy to fight Mayweather and go home with some money, but to win, that will be difficult because Floyd wants to remain the big boss, whether exhibition games or competitive games.
All right, let's look at what's happening in the world of basketball. Some games in the NBA last night.
Yeah, Oklahoma City Thunder were winners over Boston Celtics, 119 points to 115. Top performer for Oklahoma City Thunder, Darius Bazley, 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists, while the top performer for Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown, 39 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. Milwaukee Bucks were in action. They were able to beat Charlotte Hornets 114 to 104 points. Giannis Antetokounmpo was the star performer for the Bucks. He scored 29 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists, while Miles Bridges got 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists for Charlotte Hornets. Portland Trail Blazers defeated Indiana Pacers 133 points to 112 points, and Anthony Simons was the star player for Portland Trail Blazers. He scored 27 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists, while Oshae Brissett recorded 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 assist for Indiana Pacers. Brooklyn Nets, they've secured their playoff spot with 10 games to go, and that was after they beat Toronto Raptors 116 to 103 points. And the top performer for them, Kevin Durant, he scored 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists, while OG Anunoby got 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists for Toronto Raptors. I guess that is a Nigerian by name. Timberwolves, Minnesota Timberwolves were winners over Houston Rockets 114 to 107, and the star player for the Wolves, Karl Anthony Towns, he got 31 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists, while Kelly Olynyk scored 28 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists for the Rockets. Dallas Mavericks were winners over Golden State Warriors, and it was a dominant display, 133 points to 103. Luka Doncic scored 39 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists for Mavericks, while for Warriors it was Mitchell Mulder who got 26 points and 5 rebounds. Okay, that is what we had in the NBA. But there are matches that are lined up for tomorrow morning. So these are Orlando Magic, they'll be at Cleveland Cavaliers. Atlanta Hawks will face Philadelphia 76ers. Los Angeles Lakers will take on Washington Wizards. It will be Charlotte Hornets versus Boston Celtics. Chicago Bulls will face New York Knicks. San Antonio Spurs will be at Miami. Portland Trail Blazers will take on Memphis Grizzlies, while New Orleans Pelicans will be at Denver Nuggets. Elsewhere, LA Clippers will take on Phoenix Suns, while Utah Jazz faces Sacramento Kings.
Okay, that's what we have in basketball. All right, let's move on to other sports now. And this one is really sad because this man is very young. Former NFL linebacker Geno Hayes has died age 33. This is 2 years after he was diagnosed with liver disease. Hayes played for Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Chicago Bears, and Jacksonville Jaguars in the NFL, with his last season coming in 2014. He told the ESPN last month that he was on a waiting list for a liver transplant, and last week he was moved into hospice care. Hayes believed pain medication taken during his NFL career contributed to the condition. Quoting him when he had this interview, "The first diagnosis they gave me was alcoholic cirrhosis, but when we dug in deeper, it became just chronic liver disease because I don't drink like that. If I did drink, it was just like wine or something like that, but my body is made different." So the Buccaneers, they said that they are deeply saddened by his death. A club statement said, "Geno was a beloved teammate and often the first player to volunteer his time to our efforts in the community. He frequently visited schools and had a remarkable ability to connect with children. Losing him at such a young age is heartbreaking, really heartbreaking. At 33, which you feel your life is just starting, you've got the whole of your life ahead of you, and for such a young person to die, it's really, really heartbreaking. So we pray that God grants his family the fortitude to bear the loss. So we say, rest in peace, Gino Hayes. And now let's look at the text messages. Just two of them here. This one says, Ibrahim, my respectable alumnus, Nigeria's Super Eagles coach should be sacked now. If not, with the abundance of players, Nigeria will go nowhere in any competition. Thank you very kindly, and to all your crew members, God bless. This EKSCG said 1998 set. Okay. This one reads, good morning, my August. I was so delighted with a draw. I predicted 1-1 and goalless draw at home. As for Werner, I won't blame him for a miss yesterday, because we know how good Courtois is to as a goalkeeper. Come on, and he should be scoring that. He should be scoring that. All I have always wanted from him is confidence. As a Man City fan, I wish them luck. Jonah from Dumez. Okay. And this one reads, good day, my two boss of sports. Chelsea was always come. I don't know what you mean. So Chelsea was ALSME come last night. 1/0 betting. Okay, I think he's using technical terms here. Chelsea was, what was ALSME?
ALSME.
Yes. Come last night, 1/0 betting. Madrid at Stamford Bridge. There we are through to the final. Sharif from Aduawa. Dr. Sharif, I don't know, maybe there is a mistake here, or maybe please if you can resend that message. So
maybe he's trying to tip Real Madrid to get a win at Stamford Bridge and get to the final, but I don't really understand what
let me read it again. Maybe I will make sense of it. It's all ALSME, so I don't know what that means. This one reads, dear Sportive, Messi goes nowhere. He remains in Barcelona. Mayweather should remain retired. He should reconsider about the bouts now. Dan Morgan. Well, this guy has done boxing all his life, so I believe he can take care of himself. And besides, it's an exhibition. I'm sure his doctors and everybody, they know that he will not be risking very much, and then he will be making money. It's all about the money, guys. It's all about the money. So that's why he's doing this. I think it is even more, dangerous if the person is still a professional boxer, and he insists on doing it. He insists on fighting even when he has retired. But this one, what he's doing is basically exhibition matches, so I think it is relatively safe. Okay, before we blow the final whistle, let's look at the story. Women's football, we hear that they are to receive 4-fold increase in financial support from UEFA's revamped Champions League. That revamped Champions League that many, including players and managers, are saying they don't want it, that it is they have too many matches. I'm not talking about the European Super League. You know, the UEFA Champions League did some modifications, and one of this is that instead of the normal 6 games you play at the group stage, 3 at home, 3 away, that it's now going to be 10. You play 5 at home and 5 away from home. So this is what they are planning to do from 2024-2025 season. And they are saying that they will get more money from this, and then they will be giving part of the money to the women's leagues. So they said the new model set to be introduced in the 2021-2022 season will ensure that 24 million euros is redistributed to benefit the sport across Europe. And then clubs not playing in the Champions League will receive 23% of that figure. Then a further change will see video assistant referee technology, previously only available in the final, used from the quarterfinals onwards. Talking about the UEFA Women's Champions League. Then referring to the financial changes, which was described as a giant step forward. UEFA President Michel Platini said it will strengthen the women's game across Europe. So they are looking at improving the women's game. Well, even in Africa too, we are thinking of improving the women's game.
Yeah, the women's game needs improvement, and with what they are doing right now, I think it's also good. The same thing they are also trying to do in the men's game, so it makes it more interesting. And the women, they are even in the semi-finals of the Champions League at the moment, but for the first time, Lyon, they are out. They were beaten by PSG, and the same PSG to face Barcelona in the second leg. They got a 1-0 draw in the first leg, so it's going to be a really, really nice one. And now that they are taking about the women, and the more they are expanding the tournament, the more money they are also giving out. So which will help the teams to prepare and all that. So for me, I think it's nice that they are also trying to do the same thing as the men, so that more money will come into football. So really nice. We hope that they'll continue to maintain this.
Okay, guys, it's time for us to blow the final whistle on this edition of the show.
We have our eyes on bigger things, but it's a nice first step to clinch a bet. To be in this position with 10 games left is very positive. Brooklyn Nets coach Steve Nash, speaking after his side beat the Toronto Raptors 116 to 103 points on Tuesday evening to become the first Eastern Conference team to secure a playoff spot. And that's the final whistle on Sports Fiesta this morning.
All right, that's our package. We'll see you at 4 p.m. on a fresh edition of Sports Fiesta. I'm Sally Ibrahim. I've been doing this with Egosa Aigbekan. Please stay tuned. KU News update comes up at 9 a.m. Bye-bye, and have a great day. And of course, we wish Enyimba the best of luck as they play against Orlando Pirates in the CAF Confederation Cup.